November was probably the worst month we had all year. It was definitely the worst month as far as open escrows. We only had 12, which is the lowest all year. Closing wise, it was probably like the bottom 3, maybe 2 of the year. We hadn't had a month close to that in a long time. And the months, a couple months before that, we're in the 20s as far as closings for the month. And so we also lost some agents. So, we let some go and some let themselves go, and which is totally fine, right? That's going to happen. We're going to have some of that. But we basically shrunk our team to 2/3 of the size that it was. So we lost 1/3 of our agents in that short span of like late October, early November. And it was a journey. We learned a lot of lessons during that time when we're letting go people, because we didn't do it the right way. We didn't have the right approach. Probably another conversation for another time. But we learned a lot from it. It was a lot of lessons were learned, a lot of lessons were like, all right, we're going to do it better the nenext time if we have to do it. And also set the right expectations. I think that's what it was. We had the wrong expectations for the agents, and then the agents didn't have the right expectations for us. So that's how it worked out. And trust me, lesson learned. So, but with that, as far as like 12 open escrows, like we're looking at November, and November's pretty busy because we always throw our yearly event in November, right? We have a real estate event. I'm done with events for a while because of that reason. So a lot of our attention goes to that. So like late October, early November is like all about the event. And so if our energy is going in one place, then we're split, right? And we can't really focus on what's important. And at the end of the day, what's important is doing transactions. It's not about having a cool event. And so we had to go through that to learn that, like, all right, we got to keep the main thing, and that's transactions. At the end of the day, that's what pays our bills. That's what grows the team. That's what brings opportunity to the agents out on our team. So it's what is that driving force for us is transactions. That's how we make money, not by throwing cool events. And that's what we had to learn. So, we went through that stage in November where we're really distracted and doing 10,000 other things, where if you could have just logged back in, and the way we do transactions is a lot different from everybody else. Because if you think about the way we do transactions, we don't pay for ads, right? We don't pay for leads. We don't pay any referrals. Like, it's mostly just from social media, sphere of influence, right? Referrals, all of that is in there. And so we can run a pretty profitable business, and the business could be profitable at a high level if we're doing the right thing. Looking at that, we just had to log back in, but we had a choice to make. We had a choice to make to say, hey, you know what? Yes, we know we have a problem, which is we're distracted. We know we haven't been as locked in. We know that we've been kind of just waiting for somebody to come and do the work for us when we should be doing it. So my business partner and I, Jeff, we decided to go all in, get back on the phones. Like we always said for a long time, like, man, if we're on the phones, like there's nobody that can actually stop us because we are the best. And then we are the people they see. And so if we're on the phones, right, and we're taking 5, 6, 7 calls a day, it's a lot easier to do that than showing and all that, and Jeff's doing a lot of that too. But for me, all I have to do is talk to them and then send them to the right agent. So I'm not actually out there actively showing them because it's not a great use of my time, because I have to drive and I live in LA County now, and it's just not the best use of my time right now. But making phone calls is, because I can make phone calls as I'm doing everything else in my day, right? Like I can take an hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes to make phone calls. And so that's exactly what we did. We decided to get locked in. We decided to go all in on what we're looking to do. And it's really starting to pay off. Because not only are we building momentum for ourselves as far as like being dogs again and getting after it, but we're building momentum for the team. And we're starting to build that momentum where it's contagious. And we're driving momentum. The team's feeding off of it, right? We're holding them accountable. There's a lot more accountability. There's a lot more of that, like, get after it-ness, right? And everybody's feeling it. You're either feeling the pressure because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, or you're slacking off, whatever the case is, or you're feeling it because you're feeling that momentum. And being in momentum is so important. Just having that behind you and just it's right there, and you feel it, and it's a driving force. Because once you build up enough momentum, right, it's like anything else. You're rolling down the hill, a big rock down the hill, like there ain't no stopping that rock, right? Unless it hits another big rock, but for the most part, or the lake or whatever. But if you're rolling a rock down the hill and there's no obstacles to really slow it down, and there's nothing but hill, it's gonna roll down that hill because momentum's gonna take it. And then so it's the same thing with our business, right? We want to become that rock that becomes unstoppable, right? Because the momentum's it's carrying us. So that's what we're experiencing right now in our business, is just a ton of momentum. Like we've had agents on our team opening up like multi-million-dollar deals, and we work out of the Inland Empire, so it's not like we have that often. Our average price point is probably like $660, $650, somewhere around there. Could be even low sixes. And so if we're there and we're opening up multi-million-dollar deals, like we're doing something right. And so team is crushing it. Super proud of them. Super proud of everything that is going on. And we're excited to continue to take it to the next level. Like we're not stopping. It's it's almost December. I think it's December 17th or something like that today. And it's like Christmas. Yeah, Christmas is cool, but like getting after is also cool. And that's what we've been able to experience. So put yourself in momentum. Like right now, that should be your only thought, is like, how do I get myself into momentum? That's the key. And always execute at a high level, because we think about our days, right? Like we think about the days and what we actually do. We're not that busy. We're really not that busy. Most of us are not that busy. Most of us have gotten away with like 2021, just selling a ton of homes by accident, like whatever you want to call it, right? Like by accident, like you just so happen to have a license. And then now there comes a time where there's a season where you have to work. And this is that season. You have to work. You have to get after it. There's no hiding. You cannot hide behind it. And I'm just excited for it. I'm excited for 2026. It's gonna be a great year. But right now, right here in December, you got to put yourself in momentum.